How's it going, everyone? I'm Dono, and in this video I wanted to cover what is happiness. So when you hear the term happiness, or if someone asks, are you happy, there's probably a lot of different things that come into mind. So I kind of wanted to break down a little bit more concretely a framework for thinking about happiness, because a lot of times it stays as this nebulous concept that's really hard to pin down, and there is a better framework to make it more understandable. One way that you can think about happiness is splitting it into two major components. On the one hand, you have pleasure, and on the other hand, you have purpose. These are kind of the two things that they end up mixed up, that a lot of people call happiness and think of as happiness. Let's start off with pleasure. So a lot of people think of pleasure as synonymous with happiness, and pleasure could be something like playing a game or eating some good food or things like that that kind of put you in the moment and make you feel good. Pleasure is definitely a component of happiness, but that's not all there is to it. So a quick example that I like to use is eating chocolate, right? If you eat some chocolate, you'll probably feel good. It'll probably provide you some pleasure. But if all you ever did was just eat chocolate, that's probably not enough to give you pure happiness in your life. So there has to be another component, and that other component is purpose. Purpose is kind of the big picture, right? Purpose is figuring out how the actions you take contribute to your life and your values. Purpose adds meaning to your life in a way that pleasure alone can't. So these are things like improving in a skill or conquering a challenge, things that may not actually be pleasurable as you're doing them, but result in happiness once you've accomplished them. So understanding the purpose behind your actions and how that contributes to a higher cause is the other fundamental piece of happiness. So this is just one small piece of a framework that you can use to start thinking about happiness, right? Is this pleasure component against the purpose component. These two things need to blend together, and it doesn't really happen by chance that both of these things just continuously happen for you, right? You have to make a dedicated effort to get both of them. Adding on top of that, it's not like just one day you're happy and you have pleasure and you've achieved all your purpose. You have to continuously work at these things and keep participating in actions that push you towards your goals in order to achieve a more lasting form of happiness. But it's an ongoing process. One last thing that I wanted to mention is that happiness isn't something that you just experience 100% of the time. Everyone's going to have ups and downs. The goal is to kind of experience more of these purposeful and pleasurable moments while reducing time that doesn't fit within either of those two blocks. However, you're always going to have some of these emotions, so there's other things that you can do to start dealing with it. All right, so the main point that I wanted to get across for this video is happiness. One framework that you can look at it under is pleasure versus purpose. The exercise for this video is to spend time figuring out which activities fall under pleasure and which activities fall under purpose for you. Knowing the difference between these can help give some clarity as to where you might be lacking or where you're doing really well. That's all I've got for this video. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, topics you want me to cover, put them down in the box below. Have a good one, and I will see you later.
You can check out more content at howtohappy.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the videos. We've also got a Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook that you can check out. Reflect, take action, and enjoy life. See you next time.